Hi everyone, it's Kristina from Kristina's Crafts, and I am going to be making a St. Patrick's Day sign today. And I have this canvas that I got from Dollar Tree. I think it was 11 by 13 or something. It was the bigger one. No wood, just the plain canvas. And I'm going to take the celery color Waverly chalk paint, and I am going to paint my canvas this color. And then I'm just gonna give the whole sign a coat of this celery color. Okay, I have one coat on there, but I don't like the coverage on there. I wanna go a little bit thicker, so I am going to put, a second coat of paint on my canvas. Okay, that needs to sit and dry for a little bit yet, so I'm gonna set that aside. And then I got this basswood, this little kindling pack. It's got little different pieces of wood and stuff in there. I got that from Menards. I think it was only like $5 for that bag of wood. And I'm actually going to use one of these planks, and I am going to color it, paint it with this mineral chalk paint that I got from Waverly. Now I'm just going to paint the front and the sides of it, not the back, because I'm going to be attaching this to my green sign. Okay, now that I have my little sign painted, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Mod Podge, and I'm just using gloss for this this project. I'm going to stick a little bit on my brush here, and then I am going to put it on my sign. Okay, that is all covered, and then what I'm going to do is I have these Dollar Tree window clings that I got, and I'm going to take this one right here, this Happy St. Patrick's Day, and I am going to put that on my sign. So I'm going to try to center this the best that I can on my sign, and then just push that right on there like that. Okay, so I have that on there, and now I'm just going to put a layer of Mod Podge over the top of it, just to make sure that it's going to stay on there. Okay, now that I have that sign done, I'm gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna grab my big board here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of those window clings and put them on there. I am going to take the truck, and that is going to go about there, I'm thinking. And then I'm gonna take the sign, and that's gonna go, I think, right about there. And then I have these little shamrocks, and I think that one's gonna go about here, and then this one's gonna go over there. I don't know that I can really fit much else on here than that, so I'm gonna set that aside. I just want to grab my sign real quick, because this sign is gonna go up here, and I want to make sure I have my placement good for my window clings. So that's gonna go about there, and then the shamrock probably right about there. This one I think I'm gonna put down just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Mod Podge and lift these up here, and then I'm gonna stick Mod Podge right on the board where I'm gonna put my little shamrocks, and then stick that on there. I gotta make sure it's covered though, the whole area where my shamrocks are going. So I'm just gonna go out a little bit. Got some chunkies in here. All right, and then that was, I think, right about there. And I'm just gonna put that on there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that with all of these. Okay, I have them all on there. Then what I'm gonna do is I am actually going to Mod Podge over the whole board. So I'm just gonna take my Mod Podge and just go over this whole thing with it. And then I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry. Okay, my board is all dry and everything's stuck on there nice. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my sign at the top. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it up. Of course, I'm not gonna measure it because I never measure anything. I always just hope for the best. So I'm gonna put some hot glue on the back of my sign here. And then I am going to stick it to my sign. Okay, then the next thing that I'm going to do is my pot of gold. Now I bought these from Dollar Tree, these little pots, and what I actually did is I just took a scissors and I cut it right in half. So I'm only going to be using this half of it, and what I'm going to do is it is going to go on my sign right here. So I'm trying to probably about there-ish. So I'm going to get some hot glue on here and attach this right to my sign. I'm probably going to have to hold that on there for a bit to get it to stay. Okay, it is on my sign. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I bought these coins also from Dollar Tree, and I am going to be placing these coins coming out of my bucket. So I am just going to start. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to go. I'm just going to start gluing them onto my sign. Just kind of putting whichever side up comes up. And then I'm going to have them kind of overflowing, I think, out of my pot too. But I'm just going to start right here right now and see how many I'm going to stick on there. So I did buy a whole bag of them. So I'm hoping I have enough to kind of build this up. Okay, so I am up as close to the pot as I can get right here. I can't get another one in there, so that's as far as I'm going to go there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick some in between all the other ones that are on there. So just going to put a little hot glue, and then I'm just going to slide them in between. Okay, so I'm just gluing them on here. Like I said, I don't really have a plan. It's just kind of random, so I'm hoping it'll look good when I get done. No, that's not gonna quite work there. Stick a little more hot glue. Okay, still gluing them on. I actually have quite a few left here. Just trying to make it look as nice as I can without going too overboard. I think I should have a couple more just kind of sticking up on the top. Okay, I have my pot of gold all done. I think it looks pretty decent. I don't know, I kind of like it. Then there's just two more things that I want to do. One being is I have this twine or hemp rope. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm going to put a border around my sign using this. So I'm just going to stick some hot glue on here, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to frame the whole sign all the way around with it. Okay, I have that all on there. I think that looks nice. And then I have these little brads that I have from card making. They look like, let's see if I can get a kind of close up of that. They look like this. There, turn my light. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually, this little part that spreads apart here, I am going to cut that off of there. So I'm just going to snip that right off of here. And then I'm going to take this little head, okay, and then I just pounded it right into my wood sign here, because once you snip it, you're going to have two little prongs sticking up. So I'm just gonna snip it down. So there's just a little bit left there. Let's see if you can see that. My lighting is horrible tonight. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna stick it in the corner like I did the other one. Try to center it up. They're really small, so they're hard to get a hold of. And then just kind of push it with my finger. Oh, I think I might have bent that one. Okay, I did kind of bend the prong, but I'm gonna see if I can just kind of jam it in there anyways. I don't think it's gonna work, but then at least I'm flattening it out so that I can stick some hot glue on there to get it to stick. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stick a little bit of hot glue on there. I'm gonna try my best anyways, because this is really tiny. And try to stick it in that spot. Ooh. Metal, so it gets really hot. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that with my other two in the corners of the corners of the left hand of the side. All right, I have my little brads in there. And then the last thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to put it on a hanger. So I am just gonna take a little piece of nautical rope that I got from Dollar Tree, and I am going to attach this to the back of my sign. Like that. And then I am going to put a little bit more hot glue on there. I'm going to stick it underneath here and a little bit on the sides to keep it down. All right, the back is all glued on, and then my sign is all finished. I don't know, I think it, for window clings and a canvas, I think it turned out pretty good. Well, that is the end of my tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and stuck around to the end. I'd love to hear your comments on my craft. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get notified when I upload. And take care. Thanks. Bye.